start streaming. When will the stream show up as live? This is good. We have something starting, and I am live. Alright, just a second. Let me grab the link to the stream so I can send out a quick tweet to say that I'm live. Okay. Right. So this will hopefully be the final part of rebuilding WaniKani with Tailwind CSS. In the last few videos we've done, right, we started with the navbar, we built the review status sections, including like what's available, what you have in different levels, current progression for the current level, and 2 days ago we built the this table section of status of various words. What we have remaining is the recent community topics section, which is basically the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the most recent, I think most recent or currently trending or something, but five forum topics that are currently being highlighted. News, which is literally just a link to a separate blog. I imagine that's probably a WordPress installation over there or something. And then just some footer links. Everyone loves footer links. So I am going to make this the last stream, hopefully, because there's not really a whole lot going on here that isn't sort of fairly repeated anyway. Like, these are more or less the same style, and the footer is just a couple of quick sections. So let's get started. Right. So the first thing I think I need to do is build this this heading section for community topics, which appears to be this is a giant H3 within a section. So let's stick with that. What did I do? It's Sublime. There we go. Alright, so what did I call it in here? Right, so cut by table lists we've done now, so I can remember. So forum topics list is what we called it. Alright, so start with creating a section tag. I've not used section for anything else actually, so I might just make it a div for the sake of consistency. You should probably use actual semantic markup if you're building something similar yourself, because that will help people trying to use your site. H3. Okay. We need to just grab the title to begin with. So recent community topics. Alright, so what is this? What is this speech bubble? I thought, yeah, it's font awesome icon. Okay, so we have another element in, so it's inside of the H3. So, okay. So we have a div, and then we have the icon font within it. So let's just do that for now. I bet it's not called, the class has got icon comments, but I bet that's not what the real class is. Like, because they've gone with some custom approach to font awesome. I'm just going to take a look at what we end up with from this. No, I was wrong. Okay, that's great. Okay, so this div, I'm just going to stick a container class on it. container mx auto to center it. And there we go, it's centered. And before I go any further as well, we just need to duplicate the spacing for between the previous two elements here again. So where does that live? I think this quickest way of finding out would be to inspect on here. So MB8, cool. The sensible thing to do would have been to split these into components, but I have not done that. Alright, so that should then create our spacing. Yeah, and it does. Right, so what am I going to do with it? Right, so I did not nest the icon within the H3, so that will be the first step to tidying this up. And then I'm just going to stick a class of text center on here, which will, as it sounds like, center the text. Alright, that's better. And I need a background. So what color is this background? Right, so 555, we have used that. Right. 555, grey darker 2. And stick text white on here as well. Right. Let's start. So next thing is I'm going to stick the border radius on there as well. Okay. Right. So what padding have we got going on in here? Padding bottom 15 pixels, and then padding anywhere else. Alright, so padding bottom 15, padding top 32, padding left and right. No, padding left and right 32, padding top 7.5. Okay, so let's try this. Alright, so PT, I'm going to give it PT2 PX8 and PB4. Again, that won't get us exactly there, but I think it'll get us close enough. No, it won't. No, it will. I'm just ignoring the absence of other things. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, so next I'm going to say what font size is this. Alright, so the speech bubble, it's computed font size 36 pixels. Alright, let's see what that equates to. Okay, so text 4XL is what we need for this. And that did nothing. Why did it do nothing? Why did we do nothing? Text for Excel has been overridden. I put it on the wrong thing. Okay, so it's already, Font Awesome is already setting the icon element to inherit its font size, so there's a conflict going on. But if I give the font size to the parent element, then that should resolve the issue. Refreshing the wrong. Am I refreshing the wrong thing? Yeah, I'm refreshing. Okay, so this is now the right size. So the next thing I need to do is get the border in place. Alright, so I'm just going to start by giving this div class of border white, and I'm going to round it full. Right, this will give it a border of 1 pixel that will be rounded, but as you can see, it does not look like a circle. So what we need to do is figure out the dimensions of this. How is this set? I reckon it's probably got a manual width and height, which it has. Okay, so 75 pixels by 75 pixels. Alright, so that brings us to about 4.69 rem roughly. So let's say it's 4.5 times 4.5 times 4 is 18. And so we create a width 18. And we create a height 18. Oops, did not mean to activate Siri. And there we go. No. Once again, the problem is because I'm not compiling anything. So just run npm run watch. Wait for it to boot up. And I think we're good. Let's see what this does. Alright, that's doing nothing. What if I give it a hard refresh? Okay, so this is now doing something. And I need to center it, so if I give it MX Auto, it will center. Alright, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is sort out the size of the border itself. So border. Okay, so it's 5 pixels. So let's see what. So I don't have a 5 yet, so I'll create one. borders are measured in pixels rather than rems, so I think that's, yes, border 5 is all I need. So oops, wrong thing. Alright, okay. And then I need to actually center the speech bubble, which I shall do by setting this is stick flex on here to make it display flex, and then item center. I may need to also set justify center, we'll see. Yeah, I will do. There we go. I'm not entirely convinced that that's the right spacing overall. I feel like maybe this being dead center is different from... Yeah, actually the width of this is different. That's what's off with it. So what is up on this? What is up with it? So it is smaller because of the dimensions I've used, but it's also smaller because of how it handles the margin, not the margin, how it handles the border. What am I missing here? Something I could do is just actually set it to be bigger, but I think that's not the approach I want to take. If I were to inspect it and actually set the width to be 75 pixels, I wonder what would happen. I have that on the wrong thing. Doesn't help. Okay, so it's definitely something other than that. Is it box sizing? Okay, so yeah, so this has box sizing content box on it, or the this version does. Okay, let me see whether there's a utility for that. Right, let's create our own. Do I actually want to do that? No, you know what? No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to just actually increase the size. So instead of roughly 75 pixels, we want roughly 85. So 85 divided by 16 is 5.3 rem, roughly. So 5. So let's just make it 5.5 rem. Okay, so 5 rem. I'll say 22 is the value for this width and height. So 5.22. I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit, move the icon into its own line. Okay, let's see what that gives. Alright, so that's bigger. And I just want to set some margin underneath it as well. No, I want to set some margin either side of it actually. So margin top 15 pixels, margin bottom 7.5. Okay, so MT4 MB2 should do it. That's the wrong thing to refresh. Okay, that's the right thing to refresh. And then the font size on here. Set that through here. So it's the same as some of the font sizes we've used before, which I believe is XS. So let's just set it here. All right. Text XS. And let's see if there's anything font bold. Okay, so we should be good. Refresh the right thing. Yeah, that's all right. Right. How are these looking? This is slightly bigger, isn't it? I think that was something we just went with because of the font styles that we have, or the font sizes that we have. Alright. Just want to see if there's anything else I'm missing here. Alright, so we've got some text shadow going on. Alright, so just copy this whole thing. Alright, so it's more or less the same as the existing white text shadow, only it's black. So let's just create a new style text. I think we've got black full, haven't we? No, we haven't. I'm not going to create one at the moment. I'm just going to go with the existing, in fact, with this value. I'll just hard code it. Alright, so text shadow 5. Tidy this up a little bit. Sorry if you can hear dog barking in the background. That's the wrong thing to refresh again. Right. I think that's in place. Alright, and I believe I saw some text shadow going on in... Oh, not some text shadow. There might be some text shadow as well. I believe I saw some shadow going on here. Maybe only text shadow. I swear there was some box shadow, but apparently not. Okay, so let's apply that. In fact, let's move this to... Oh no, that should apply to everything actually. That should be something that applies to this. Let's have a look. Maybe not. And once again, I activate Siri in the most inconvenient places. Alright. Okay. Alright, so if it wasn't on there before, it now is. Alright, so that's the heading built. Now for the rest of this section, what we have is 5 of these rows with the, like, this is basically pulled in from Discourse, and it's got the title, the topic of the the title of the topic, and it's got what section it's in on the left hand side, and then it's got when it was posted as well as the username of who posted it on the right hand side. So let's create one of these. Right. So I'm going to just create a div underneath. And then another div inside. Alright, let's just copy all of this. And do the same on the right hand side. And I know what we're going to get is an absolute mess. So before I do that, let's set class equals flex. So I'm going to set this as display flex, and then I'm going to say justify between. Which will mean that we get them aligned on the correct sides. Yeah, we do. The only thing we don't get is moving them to separate lines, which we can do by switching them up to their own divs. could also use a break tag, but since they have separate styling, we may as well have something to give that styling to. Okay, and then this one we also want to set the text right. Cool. Right, so what's next? So I think we actually want another parent div. And the reason being that the border doesn't belong, the border only goes some of the way. So if we stick this parent div here, we can give it a background color and we can give it some margin, but not even the background color to begin with. We can give it some margin initially, but nothing else. Or indeed some padding. Yeah, padding is probably more likely what we want. So we've got 30 pixels left and right. And well, something else is going on with this actually, but this is the way I'm gonna build it because I know it's gonna work for us. So 30 pixels. Padding left 30. Yeah, 30 pixels left and right, and then 15 pixels. That's it. PX8, PY4. So again, this won't give us exactly the same amount, but it'll give us close enough. Okay. I've given that to the wrong thing. So we want to swap these classes over. And what happens next? Cool. That's fine. Actually, we do want that. I am being stupid here. I was going to say we do want to give it background color, but we don't just yet. We want to give the ultimate parent of them the background color. Or I do anyway. It looks like maybe. Yeah, the approach they use has a table, which is possibly a more sensible way of going, but we're not going to do it. And that has a background color on each row, but I am not going to do it that way. Define background gray light. I'm going to give the background color to parent div instead. Yep, that gets us there. And so we want to do a bit of font styling. So what size is the font? So it's 14 pixels. So I think that's text small, is it? Or is it XS? No, XS is probably 12. So it's font small. So I'm going to give this to the parent as well. So text SM. Alright. Then we want to do some font size. We want to do some font color. So interesting. What have we got here? So 30. Right, so 222 is what this one is. Do we have it? doesn't look like we do. So I'm going to give this, I'm going to create black too. Right. So that's the colour of that. Then we have two different. Oh, that's not what I meant to press. So I've got two different font colours on this line. Right. So first thing, let's see what the @ key is. So that's 999. Right, so I'm going to apply this to the actual parent element, go with the same approach they've gone with. So what, first off, do we have it? Yes, we do. Okay, that's good. And then I've got one more bit of text. That has, where's got, oh, color, so 3C, 3C, 3C. Right. Once again, we have a new color, so grey darkest 2. Okay, so that will then give us the fonts and colours we want on this side. Now let's have a look on the right hand side. I have a feeling that, yeah, I'm fairly certain we're right. We're just matching the same. So yeah, I'm just going to match the same. So text black 2 on the top line. Create a span on the second one. In fact, let's just copy this one. Alright, and then even this out a bit. Okay. Now the next thing, I'm fairly certain we just need to reuse that white text shadow that we've used before on several things. Just double check this. Yeah. So if I just stick text shadow 1 up here. And that should do us. There we go. I think we just need a little bit more line height. Maybe we don't. Yeah, we do. So I'm just gonna. If I try letting normal on here, let's see what that does for us. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Right. Alright, so we just need a border now. So let's see what they actually... What's the best way of doing this? The border seems to be its own thing. It's not when you hover, it seems to not be within either element. So I might create it as like a hollow HR tag underneath. MX8. Border B, border T. Let's see what that gets us. I have a suspicion the answer is going to be not very much. Yeah. Okay. So I also want to set MY0, I think. Obviously in reality as well, we don't have any sort of border underneath the last one. Okay, so let's set the color. So I know we've fought before to get different border colors on top and bottom. So border B white will get us a border bottom color of white. Alright, and it does. So we just need to find the last time we used that, because that will contain the color that we also use. Okay, so border grey 2. Border grey 3, in fact. Okay. And then let's just copy this a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then remove the last border. Okay, I did not want to do that with the background color. Okay. Okay, I see what I did. I see what I did wrong there. Alright. Okay. Alright, well that gets us that section done. I am actually going to call it a day at this part now. Unfortunately, I'm not going to continue on to finish for the moment. I might continue the stream where we left off a bit later in the day. So if anyone wants to join me for that, then that would be fantastic. If not, I will see you next time. Alright, cheers, goodbye.